Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and today we're going to do a quick overview of the home screen on the iPad and the Xoom tablet, a comparison I should say. So here's the Xoom tablet. Now the reason I have this in landscape is it really prefers to be in landscape. The way you hold the Xoom, it's just more comfortable this way. You can hold it this way, which I'll shift it there, and it works just as well, and I'll use it this way for sake of the video to bring everything in, but it works well either way, and you have multiple home screens on here. So on the iPad you have your multiple home screens, and that's fine, and you have each little app as a little square that's rounded on the edges. All of them are the same, it's pretty standard, and then you have your folders here. Here I have some magazines like the in news that work quite well on the iPad in the folder configuration. On the Xoom, however, we have a lot of different options for the home screen. On the iPad you can customize the background and that sort of thing, but on the Xoom you can really customize wallpapers and things like that. So let's go ahead. If I hold down, you can see it drops back, and here's all your widgets. Now for the sake of this video, I'm going to push the iPad out of the way for a moment to show you the home screen on the Xoom tablet. There we go. Let's zoom in here a little bit so you can get a better idea. Since the Xoom is the newer device, we are comparing that. We're comparing it with the first gen iPad, as the second gen iPad is not out yet, and we'll do some comparisons on that later when it does come out. So here's the home page. As you can see, there's 5 home pages across the top. The home pages, you can drag any of these up there. These are widgets based on the applications you have in here. So we have Engadget, Gmail, we have the marketplace, we have picture frames, and well, YouTube. So let's go ahead and put YouTube in this empty spot here. Let's put it here. It's there. And it's loading. It's right here. Now, if we want to go back to that view, tap and hold. There we are. We can go over here. Tap and hold. Again, it's not responding. So we can go there by swiping, and this is a live widget. You can see you can kind of go through the top YouTube videos, and we go back to home. We're back out. So it does have some neat things like that. We can do app shortcuts. We can put those right on the home page. Instead of being in a folder, they're in app shortcuts. We have wallpapers. We can change those. So let's change to something maybe a little bit more bright for this video. These are some of the included wallpapers. That's not what I was looking for. Let's change to this one. That's a little bit brighter. I do have to say, for whatever reason, the glare seems worse on the Xoom tablet. Maybe because the backgrounds are darker and they seem to be more difficult to read. But here's all the backgrounds. We do have live wallpapers as well that you can have. Spectrum, which is loading live. That's kind of neat. Let's go back, and we have maps. No, that's not what I was looking for. Let's go to the halo spiral and set that. So now let's go back home. Everything on this is quite fast, and you can see some of these dots are moving around and stuff. It's pretty nice. The overall usability of the home screen is very customizable. Now let's go over this quick. So on the iPad, just to compare, oh, and it rotated there. Let's zoom back out for a moment. On the iPad, to compare here, what we have is basically what I said before. We've got all these different things. We don't have widgets. We have our clock at the top, our battery, and over here we have iPad. It says iPad, and if you have 3G, it'll show you your network, Verizon, AT&T, or you've got Wi-Fi. You can customize your home screen by tapping on Settings, going to Wallpapers, and customize your wallpaper. Your brightness is right there. We can bring the brightness up or down, and that will affect the white balance on the camera, so I apologize. But that's pretty much it as far as customization. Not a whole lot on iPad as far as customization. As far as the multitasking goes, we double tap home, and we have our bar on the bottom. We can close those by holding and close. Come on, there we go, close. That's pretty much it. We do have some screen orientation locks, things like that. On the Xoom tablet, however, it's a little bit different. Let me bring you in here. Let me show you some of the notifications I've come to like. Down here we have our time. If we tap on this, you can see it says 3G and battery's pretty low, but if we tap on that, it opens up. There's our time, Verizon, 10%, There's the date. Here's a settings button. If we tap on settings, it pops up and we have access to our Wi-Fi and lock screen orientation, things like that. Brightness we can turn up. Let's do that. Notifications are on, and then we can go to settings where we have a whole, I want to say, plethora of different options. We're not going to go into any of those right now, but there you have them. As far as multitasking, instead of double tapping and this whole thing sliding up, we actually have this button here, which I really like. That's what's open. So in one of the other comparisons I was using, I went to my website, Zollotech. We can switch. If I go here, tap this again, we can switch to our Wi-Fi settings, or I can go back home. I really like the multitasking on this, and I think anyone that has used an iPad actually would really appreciate this as well. In the upper left, we have search. Since this is an Android tablet, we can have Google search. We can tap on that and type in, or we can search for whatever we want. Where is the weather where I live right now? Kind of something goofy, but it seems to work pretty well. I am, where is the weather where I live right now? Pretty close to what I said. But overall, it brings it up, shows you what you want really quick. And that's pretty much it. The whole home screen's customizable. If I want to move something, I can just tap on it, move it. If I go up to here, drag it up to the upper right, it will go away and will be removed. All of these widgets are customizable. Here we have apps in the upper right. Tap on apps and it brings us to our app screen. We have all and my apps. These are the apps I've downloaded so far that are actually on the screen. If I go back, we can go home, or I could just hit the home button. Here's a plus button also where I can add these things that I went over earlier, or you can tap and hold. It will bring you to the same thing. 5 customizable screens. Lots of options. I'm not going to go into all of them now, but lots of options. Very nice. There's so much more I could go into, but that kind of gives you a basic overview between the iPad and the Xoom tablet. Let's go ahead and zoom back out here. So that kind of gives you a basic overview. There's so much more to go into as far as task management and that sort of thing, but let's just stick with that for now. That's a basic overview of the UI and what you can do with it. I really think Google nailed it. There are some bugs. It's a little bit buggy. There's some things that crash from time to time on the Xoom. But overall, it's a really good experience. And I think anyone that's familiar with, well, Android would like this and get used to it really quickly. And if you're familiar with iPad, or you want to change, I don't think you'll be disappointed as far as that portion of this goes. If you have any questions, though, please feel free to ask. Let me hear what you guys think down in the comments below. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.